Hello, my most amazing artists. How are you today? So today I'm talking to my 2G scholars, and we are going to spend a few minutes looking at some artwork by an amazing artist named Paul Cezanne. Cezanne was born in France and he studied art in Paris. Now he had a very strict father who did not really want him to be an artist. He wanted him to be a lawyer, and Mr. Cezanne was not happy about his son Paul spending all of his time doing art. So Paul did for a while go off to college and try to become a lawyer, but he did not like it. So he decided to focus his energy on being an artist. He got to know some other really important artists while he was in Paris, and they thought his artwork was amazing, but he didn't really become famous for his art until after he died. Paul Cezanne was the kind of person who could find beauty in the things that were just ordinary things all around him. For example, have you ever walked into the grocery store where all the produce is, the things like apples and oranges, fruits and vegetables? Have you ever noticed how beautiful they are? Well, Paul Cezanne used to notice those things and paint them. In fact, if you've ever been to like a farmer's market and seen all those fruits and vegetables lined up, you might have decided that was beautiful too. So that's what you see here in this picture, and this is in your packet so you can take a look. It's just showing that some of the things that inspired him were everyday, ordinary food. This example here on the next page too shows a picture that he painted, and you can look that up on the internet if you want to see it in more detail. But that one right there is Fruit, Napkin, and Jug of Milk by Paul Cezanne. So what I want you to notice is that he wasn't just haphazard about how he painted things. In fact, when you take time as an artist to set things up exactly how you want to see them, that's called creating a still life. So let me show you for a minute this very cool painting that Paul Cezanne did. This one is called Apples and Oranges. And I want you to look very carefully at some of the things in this painting. First of all, do you think, like I said, do you think he just kind of threw the stuff on a table and started painting? Or did he carefully design how he wanted to put everything? I think he carefully designed it because I see so many interesting folds in the tablecloth, and I see that there's a grouping of oranges here and some apples that are just set out in a way that balance each other. The other thing I want you to notice is that Paul Cezanne was very good at using color and shading to make his still lives just look more lifelike. So take a look at the different shadows that you see, and take a look at all the different colors you see in a white tablecloth. All right, now that we've looked at that for a little bit, I want you to notice that your assignment today is going to be that you're supposed to think about the food you like to eat, and if you have a favorite or if you find something in your kitchen that you want to draw, I want you to set up a still life just like Paul Cezanne did, and draw that still life on your paper. Now, I just looked in my kitchen and I found a couple things I wanted to show you. I was looking at my vegetables and I thought, which vegetables do I think look the prettiest? I wanted to find beauty right there in my refrigerator. Now, I found this really cool stalk of celery and a few of these small peppers. And I thought those were pretty beautiful. Do you see all the horizontal lines in the celery? I liked that. And then how it kind of, the lines get broken up with these organic lines from the leaf part. Then if you look down here, I love how these peppers have this cool shape on their stems. I think that will be fun to draw. Do you think I just threw them on the plate any old way? Nope, I thought about it for a minute. And I thought that I would want to balance it out. I would want to balance the curvy lines of the leafy part over here by putting the peppers over here, that those two things would balance each other out. All right, now I'm gonna go up to my office and I'm gonna try drawing this. Come on with me. So I'm up in my office now and I have my plate with my vegetables on it in front of me, and I have my paper that I'm gonna draw on. And then I found a pencil with an eraser and I grabbed some colored pencils to add color at the end. Now, when you have your items set up, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you draw your picture big enough. So my big black plate is going to need to take up most of the space here. So I'm going to put a guideline on this side and a guideline on this side, and I want to make sure my plate goes all the way from side to side. Now, when you're sketching something, it's important to just draw lightly so that if you need to erase something and kind of fix it, you can do that easily. So it's kind of hard to draw a perfect circle, so I am going to just sketch lightly and kind of fix it as I go. Now, the other thing is that you don't need to be afraid to erase if you need to fix it. So go ahead and do that. I decided I needed to have a little bit more room here for the edge of my celery to stick off the plate. Then I'm just going to kind of sketch in where my vegetables are gonna land. I'm not gonna put any detail yet, just the basic shapes. The other thing you should think about with this project is putting in a line where the edge of the table might be. Now, you might not be able to see that exactly on how you set your things up, but you could just put a little line on one side and a little line on the other if you have room there. And then when you color it, you color everything on top to be the wall color and everything on the bottom to be the table color. So I've got my celery sketched in, and then I've got to sketch in where my peppers are going to be. So I'm just going to draw those very quickly and not worry about the detail yet. All right, so that's going to be sketching in where I'm going to place my things. Now I'm going to draw the detail a little bit more with my pencil, and then I will add color with my colored pencils. Okay, so I think I am done with my drawing, and I want you to notice that for the background, I used watercolor to do a light wash on the wall and watercolor to do a light wash on the table. All right, I hope you have a good time finding some interesting looking foods, sketching them, and then filling in with whatever color you have available. You can use paints or markers or colored pencils or crayons, or you can combine them like I did. All right, I can't wait to see your pictures. Bye-bye.